Okay, so after that cinematic abortion that was the seed of Chucky, the Child's Play franchise went on ice for about 10 years after that. So 2013 rolls along, and we get The Curse of Chucky, written and directed by Don Mancini, the man who wrote that cinematic travesty known as Seed of Chucky, and the man who has written every single Child's Play movie up to this point. Comes back with the sixth film in the series, and this is a really good movie. That's right. This movie is actually damn good. Don Mancini, the man reinvents himself after being stuck in that, self-referential Scream vibe with Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, and to the point where Seed of Chucky went so over the top and just completely almost killed the series dead. The man, goes back to basics of the first three movies, that more, serious horror tone that it had, while still maintaining that dark humor on a more subtle level. And to me, it works. Curse of Chucky is a fun movie. I like it a lot. Don Mancini's directing. In this movie, the man showed me that he can direct, and he can direct fairly well. There are a number of scenes where he can direct tension and suspense, like the best of them. I thought he did. I thought he did a very admirable job. I would like to see more. I would like to see him direct more stuff. I think the man has a good visual eye when he's actually trying to do something. The man has got some talent behind the camera. Of course, Seed of Chucky didn't give you that. It gave you garbage. But The Curse of Chucky, we're finally seeing some talent here. And his writing is actually much more stronger when he's going back to the basics of what the Child's Play movies were all about, which was about tension and suspense, and like I said, dark humor. That's not so grand and over the top. And you got that with this movie. This movie stars, of course, Brad Dourif returning as Chucky, and in this movie, Brad's performance as Chucky is very more subdued, more straight-laced in a way. He's not as bombastic as he was in the other movies. He's much more sinister in this movie. Still has that dark comedic edge in terms of like his, the jokes and the one-liners and stuff like that. But they're kept to a bare bones minimum. And I like how Brad Dourif is playing this thing straight while still maintaining Chucky's dark sense of humor. Love it. And this is one of Brad Dourif's better performances as Chucky, in my opinion. The movie also stars Fiona Dourif, who is Brad Dourif's real-life daughter. She plays the character of Nika, whose family has a strong connection to Chucky. How the movie explains it. Now, this movie takes place 25 years after the events of the first movie. So we get a flashback scene to the past where it is revealed that that Charles Lee Ray was in love with Nika's mother. And it's revealed that he killed, Nika's father by drowning him in a pool, and he's also responsible for making Nika a paraplegic at birth, because the character of Nika is confined to a wheelchair. But we found out that, Charles Lee Ray was the one that did it, that paralyzed her. And of course, that flashback scene ties into the to the prologue of the first movie where he's gunned down in the toy shop by Mike Norris. So I like how this movie connects itself to the first movie, and it does it in a good way. It does it in an okay way where, to me, it doesn't seem forced. It's as natural can be. To others, I could see how it seems forced, but whatever, let's go with it. And of course, this movie also makes references to the previous films. Andy Barclay is heavily referenced throughout the entire movie, especially near the end of the movie, where pretty much Nika comments on Chucky's inability to kill Andy, calling it completion anxiety, which is a nice callback line to a line early in the movie where the delivery boy, gives a similar line to Nika. So I like that callback line, which I thought was pretty cool. Nika's character of Barbara, she's okay. She has a family, husband, daughter, nanny. It's revealed that her and the nanny are bumping uglies, and that her and the husband are on shaky ground, close to divorce, how the daughter's being affected by all this, and of course the daughter befriends Chucky, and Chucky's now got his new playmate, and the chaos and fun ensues. So yeah, like I said, for the most part, the directing is on point. There's a lot of good scenes that I like, especially the dinner scene, where we find out that Chucky has poisoned one of the foods, one of the entrees, and pretty much the entire scene you're on edge and you're wondering who has the poisoned food, and it's revealed that the priest character in this movie, played by A. Martinez, was the one who had the unfortunate twist of fate and got the lucky charm, the poisoned food, death by rat poison. Thank you very much. What else have we got? Oh yeah, I want to go to the character of Nika, because I actually like the character of Nika. She's a paraplegic, like I said, but she's not a weak character, which I like. I mean, you could have easily, because she's wheelchair bound, make her a weak character, but they didn't. They made her a stubborn character, someone who is more than capable of, defending and taking care of herself, and of course, and I think she is a formidable foe for Chucky near the end of the movie, where they start to have their little dance go on. So I thought that stuff was good. I thought the husband and wife subplot was alright. It's okay. It's padding. It's fluff. It's filler. You need some meat to the overall story to give it some more juice, I guess. But it's okay. It's better than the other crap that was in Seed and other movies before that was all fluff. At least this was better, and it was a very small, tight cast, and everything took place in a house, so you automatically got that feeling of claustrophobia and confinedness, which I like. That's when child's play, to me, works the best, is when where it's in enclosed areas, and there's very few places you can go and hide. I always thought that's where these movies really work at its best, is in situations like that, because you can ramp up the suspense, and it's more easier for Chucky to be lurking around a corner and you don't know where he is, as opposed to an open space where it's just you can go somewhere and then be gone, and he'll never find you. House, much more different. You can find, and it's easier to find somebody. So I like all that. And it also creates some pretty cool moments too. So when all is said and done, Nika, of course, is charged with the crimes committed by Chucky, and she's committed to it in mental institution, because of course, who's gonna believe her that a killer doll kills somebody? And then blah blah blah. We get to another scene where it's almost a recreation of the blood of Chucky, and Tiffany's back, and it's revealed that Tiffany and Chucky are working together to help Chucky tie some loose ends. Of course, he gets mailed, and then we get to probably one of my favorite scenes in this whole movie, which is a post-credit scene on the unrated version, where we see Andy come back, played by the original actor Alex Vincent, as an adult. And I like this scene. I like it a whole lot. We get to see Andy as an adult. We find out that his mother is finally out of the institution. He has his life together. It's also hinted that maybe that the mother and Mike Norris, played by Chris Sarandon, are possibly married or friends or whatever. And then, of course, we get one of the best scenes ever. Chucky breaks out of a box, and he turns around. He sees Andy with a gun, and Andy has pretty much the most badass line ever. Cocks gun and says, "Play with this." Bang! Shoots him right in the face. Love it. I really like Curse of Chucky. I think Curse of Chucky is awesome. I like it on par with 1 and 2. And to me, Curse of Chucky is the true 4th movie. In my opinion, you just watch Child's Play 1, 2, 3, and Curse of Chucky, and it ties everything up in a nice little bow, and we'll just call Bride and Seed of Chucky just horrible nightmares. At the end of the day, Curse of Chucky gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It's good stuff. If you haven't watched it, give it a chance. I think you might find some enjoyment in it, because it is really damn good. I'm AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll check you back next time.